are the basics when it comes to how we show up in business?
Well, I basically believe that when you can't wait to get up in the morning and deliver a service to people, people can't wait to get the service. So to the degree that you have it as a focus, to the degree that you have it as a primary aim, to the degree that you master and refine and polish your skills of presenting and the skills of selling and the skills of communicating and serving, is the degree that you grow business. So I think that when you care about the customer as much as anything else in your life, the customers will care about your business. So I think that's the key, is making it not just something to do, but something meaningful that's really, truly most important and inspiring to you.
Where does the whole reason around I'm in business to make money sit in relationship to what you've just articulated?
Well, no business can sustain without capital, and no business can sustain without profit. So you have to have a focus. I always say there has to be a balance between the altruistic service and the narcissistic reward. If you try to go too altruistic and sacrifice yourself for the customer completely and lose out on growing your business and making profit, you'll lose your incentive and you'll burn out. But if you go and sacrifice the customer for your own narcissistic needs, you will then losing your business completely. So you have to strike a balance between giving and taking. You have to strike a balance of constantly keep on the edge of what the service is and what they need, and also what your needs are. And it's a balancing. And nature forces us to get back to the balance if we get out of balance. So if we start thinking, well, we're so successful, we start thinking of ourselves more than them, we get humbled. And if we start thinking of them more than us, we get frustrated. So we eventually are taught to get into the center and make sure there's fair exchange. Fair exchange is the only thing that sustains. And keeping that at the forefront of our business objectives is the key.
John, just taking 2 steps back, you said that waking up in the morning passionate about what you want to do sort of kind of turns into people feeling passionate about what you have to offer. That's the big question that I coach a lot of my clients, and that's one of the big questions that they have is, how do you discover that? How do you find that something that really resonates with you?
Well, I've been blessed for the last almost 39 years to be inspired by what I do. If you have to require outside motivation to do what you say you want to do and what is important in your life, then what it is not important. Because the true highest importance, the most important, highest valued thing in your life, you don't require motivation to do. You're inspired from within. It's an intrinsic value, not an extrinsic value. So if you are having to get motivation and reminders to go to work every day, you haven't found what it is that you're really up to.
Right.
You haven't connected it. So what I always do is I work with people, and when I consult with people, I find out what their values really are. And when I mean values, I mean things that are truly most important in their life. Identify the hierarchy of those. What are the highest priority, second highest priority, third highest priority? And then I ask them questions, because the quality of our life is based on the quality of the questions we ask. How specifically are all the duties and job responsibilities that you have, how is each one of those going to help you fulfill your highest values, top 3, 4, or 5 highest values? To the degree that they can see that their job duties and the vision of their company is going to help them specifically fulfill their highest values, they can't wait to get up in the morning and do it, because nobody goes to work for work. They go to work to fulfill values. And if they can see that their job duties and their vision of the company is going to fulfill those values, they can't wait to get up and go. So it really is either finding a job that you love doing, that you're inspired by, that you can't wait to do and get paid handsomely to do that, or link whatever you're doing to your highest values so you have meaning. And I can link anything to anybody. I mean, I've been blessed to take people that are uninspired by their job and ask them a new set of questions and link their values, link their job duties to their values. And all of a sudden they're inspired and they're fired up to go to work again. Yeah. So if you accumulate things in your way that you don't see on your way to fulfilling your highest values, you'll eventually frustrate and lose your incentive.
So it's really just a small shift. In other words, what you're saying is it's not necessarily rebooting your life and completely changing things. It may be, but it could just be looking at the same thing differently.
Exactly. I always say that there's 2 things you want to do. Either go and do what you love and quit sitting on a fence. Just, you know what it is, go after it if you know. Or love what you do.
Right.
It's either love what you do. Now, loving what you do is taking command of your sensory perceptions by asking questions to reveal things that you haven't seen in your job duties that are meaningful to you, so you can actually extract meaning from your daily action and be inspired to work. Because all motives, every decision a human being does, every movement and a motor function that they have is based on what a person thinks is going to give them the greatest advantage over disadvantage, greatest reward over risk at any moment in their life based on their highest values. So if you can extract meaning and find out how whatever you're doing is serving that, you're inspired to go to work. Now, I always say first, if you're in a job that you're not inspired by, which many people are, they have Monday morning blues, Wednesday hump days, thank God it's Fridays, and week friggin' ends. If they're in that situation, my advice is to, again, take the job duties that they're doing, everything that they do in a day, and the vision of the company that they're trying to fulfill. Do the value determining process. You can go to my website, drdemartinis.com, go to the value determining process in the menu. Follow the process. Determine what your highest values are so you know what's really important to you. And then ask, how is each of those job duties going to help you fulfill that? And answer that, even though you may not see it initially, answer that as many possible times as you can. I always say 20 to 30 times per duty. I assure you with absolute certainty, your energy levels are going to go up. Your inspiration to go to work is going to change. Your vitality, your productivity, your creativity, your ability to see opportunity is going to go skyrocketing. And then do the same thing in linking the vision of the company, the primary objectives of the company, to that same set of values that you have. And find out that. That way you're committed to fulfilling the value of the company and you're committed to doing the detailed actions that get you there. If for some reason you're now in that, and now you're more inspired by what you do, but you still know you want to go on to do something different, that's when you do your due diligence and do a business plan and get your strategies in place to make a gradual transition. Not a leap, but a gradual transition from what you're doing now and to what you want to do. And then ask yourself, if you know you're going to do something else in your business in the future, ask, how is this business and your job duties and the vision of this company helping you move on to that next business? Is it giving you new leads? Is it giving you new sales skills? Is it giving you ability to manage? Is it teaching you a network of people? How is it helping you get there? Because if you see it on the way and not in the way, your vitality will soar. But if you see it in the way and not on the way, you'll drain yourself and you'll be frustrated. And nobody wants to do business with people that are down and frustrated about what they're doing.